couldn't show ourselves in regards to when we're doing the real and things like that. We can't air this thing until they say something about it anyway. So yeah, so man, if for those who looking at it, we got legs. For those who can see it, you know what I'm
We
saying?
can. We
Yeah.
no, they can't. It's they can't see it.
Oh, they can't?
No,
Oh, my bad. So can
we're
I
live.
can't say nothing?
It's cool. Yeah, we're live,
I
but
was
you
see
can't
we
say it.
saying
But you
something.
but you
You don't
can't
see
say
it? We
you can't
stop
say
it. We here. What up? Well, thank you, sir. Yo, hey, well, okay, well, cool. So you said they can't see it? You said they can't see him?
They can't see it, but we can't talk about it.
Ah, got it. All right, well, let me shut up then. Hey, man. Well, yeah, thank you. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Hey, it's a lot going on right now. A lot of world events going on. Y'all see, what's the name? McConnell? What's that dude name? McConnell, the political dude, man. That man froze up twice. Y'all see that? That
Mitch
dude,
McConnell.
yeah. That man froze up what 2 times being asked questions in regards to whether or not he's gonna be reelected or not. There ain't no reelection for him. That man better go somewhere and figure out the rest of his day. Yo, I don't understand this. I don't understand how they sit there and see this man sit there and freeze up twice and still think he has a position in Congress. That's why, well, to your point, there should be
Term limit.
terms in regards to how long these people can sit in office and things like that for. I mean, shoot, you sit there and freeze up 2 times like that, man. I think it's time for you to go. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. We'll figure that out later too. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, you iPhone users. Yo, shoot some confetti up. You use an iPhone. So how do you feel knowing that y'all finna get that Android charger cord? How y'all feel about that? Y'all good? Y'all all right with that? I mean, don't you? How much money have you spent on chargers now? Now y'all finna get that Android charger. That's crazy. I would be mad. But y'all gonna sit there and buy that iPhone 15 and take that iPhone, that Android charger and roll with it, huh? Yeah, buddy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll be calling Apple right now. I'm like, all this time I've been with y'all and only for y'all to get this daggone Android charger? Yeah, yup, got y'all ass. But whatever. We're gonna pay attention to stuff like that. But I hope we start for real, man. That's the craziest heck. I'd be mad as hell if I was an iPhone user right now. And all of a sudden y'all gonna give me this what's they call it? They call it a C drive, some type of charger. But hey, it's for Android. So shout out to my Android users. That just proves the fact that we were right in regards to why we should have stayed and not ever dealt with Apple to begin with. But I appreciate you guys for coming through, man, and showing love today. I didn't speak about today's guest because well, I guess we just tried to do it different because we couldn't be seen in the real. But this particular guest has been within Horizon for since it started, man. Almost. When I tell you this man has been doing everything in regards to Horizon World and making money from it, um, creating worlds, creating themes, strip clubs to nightclubs, you name it. I think he's had his hand in something close to it. Um, been giving people games since he's been in here. He's made flyers and things of how to's and how to do things in certain areas. Being a DJ, assets. He's made a courthouse. He's made a gym. He's made a little bit of everything. He's on his wave now with these escape rooms. Um, man, it's his first time ever doing a show within Horizon World, and I appreciate him for waiting it out long enough to rock with us first. So that meant a lot to me. So I still definitely appreciate it. But I've been watching this guy since he's been here. He's always been in his own lane, doing things. I think he's definitely a pioneer within this space and things like that in regards to, man, how to do damn near everything within this space. Honestly, I don't think there's a stone he hasn't uncovered, in regards to being in here. I mean, he's made legs, he's done watches and everything before it was even cool. So I'm definitely curious to see how he got it all done. So without further ado, uh, Mr. Michael Gregory the second, come on through, sir. Come through, come through, come through. Look at it, look at
I
it.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Isn't that cute? Yo, you on mute. You on mute. You on mute. You on mute.
I love
A
it.
nice catch there, Burden. Thanks.
Mike G. Michael Gregory the second. What's happening, man?
Oh no, it's an honor to be on this show. I've been going to this show since I think it first opened up. So I've been to like hundreds, well not hundreds probably, but probably
Oh,
100
I'm
shows
hundreds.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's an honor to be on the show myself because I'm an introverted guy. So usually I like to keep to myself and hide a lot in the shadows. So being on this stage, I figure if I'm going to be on public and just do a talk show, why not be on one of the most and my favorite type of host and talk show to go on in the first
Oh
place.
man, I appreciate that. That means a lot. That definitely means a lot. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Well, you've been, I don't, man, I really don't know where to start this conversation. I mean, we can start with Horizon World and all the things that you've accomplished within this space since you've been here, because I mean, that's a segment within itself. But I mean, let's move back a little bit. Michael Gregory the second. So you're a junior.
Yes.
So let's talk about the senior real quick. Is Mr. Michael Gregory. Is he your dad? Is he you and him close?
We used to be, but unfortunately, he died when I was a teenager. So haven't really had much experience with him since then, unfortunately.
Nah,
But
understood. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. So
uh,
with that being said, so I guess you have any siblings, brothers and sisters?
I got an older brother and sister than me. They're older than me. They're older than me by like over a dozen years. So I grew up in the house pretty much by myself and kind of just stuck to myself. Probably why I have like this single child introverted type of mentality almost. I would say.
Got you, got you. Okay, so what is your ethnic background? Because I see like Caribbean type thing that you give off. Like is what where you from? Like where you
Bird,
from?
I'm a brother. I don't get me wrong. My mom is half Israeli, so I get a lot of Israeli from that side.
Okay,
But
okay, I see it then. Okay, there it is
it's like
then. There it is.
75% black.
Got
My
you.
grandpa's from Israel, so he
Okay.
migrated over here and then had my grandma, and then they gave birth to my mom, and then here I am later on.
Oh, got you. So what state were you residing in besides San Diego, California? Or have you always been on the West Coast?
Oh, I'm Cali born and bred. I mean, I have traveled around the world. I mean, since I
Yeah.
joined the military, and I lived in a few places, but other than that, I'm like Cali's my home, at least for now.
Cali is
So
home.
it's
Cali
getting
is home.
expensive out here, though.
Yeah,
Might
it's
be
expensive
thinking so.
out there. Shit. Y'all had a hold up. Y'all had an earthquake. What was it, LA? There
Uh,
was an earthquake
might as
down
well
there
be.
and
So I hope.
a pretty severe thunderstorm down there. The Dodger Stadium looked like it was covered in water.
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, my spot's good. I'm in San Diego, but there's some other
Right.
places that look like you could do a speedboat over there.
So how's it holding up? Is there people recovering pretty good, pretty well after the
Oh
storm?
yeah, compared to like Florida and other places, we're good. They're making memes
Good.
and jokes out of this, saying about to take my boat to go to Starbucks and all that other stuff.
Well, I'm glad they're up in spirits in regards to it. So, sir, you were in the military.
Oh yes, Navy.
What
10
so what branch
14.
of military? What branch of service were you in?
You probably won't like this, but I was in the Navy for over 10 years. So,
What? You were in the Navy for over 10 years. God.
yeah.
Oh, so what made you join the Navy?
So this goes back to when my father died. Back when I was in high school, I spent a lot of time just studying, preparing to go to college, wanting to get an education in either blood forensic analysis or perhaps physics or maybe computer science. But then as I started going about it, when my father died, I realized I was living life mainly what other people expected out of me, such as the
Mm,
education system, teachers, counselors, etc. But I didn't want to live what I wanted to do. And
right,
most of my time, I lived in a little tiny town in San Bernardino, and I said I wanted to get out. I wanted to explore the world, and I want to see what else was out there. So Navy was one of the best choices I had since my own brother had experience in the Navy and he told me how much he liked it a lot. And going against the grain, I wanted to set my own path versus just go the regular, go to college, get high in depth, get my degree, move up in the corporate ladder and stuff like that. I knew as
right,
technology was getting more advanced, there's going to be more ways to make a living out there, more than just the conventional way that we see or were taught our whole lives.
right. Awesome. So you spent 10 years in the Navy. So what countries outside of the US have you visited?
Ah man, I've been to a lot of countries. I mean, I've been to I got lost count, but I went to at least a dozen countries in Africa, which I mean
Mm,
in Africa itself. Like South Africa was amazing, Tanzania was amazing, Kenya
wow.
was amazing there, and just a lot of the places there. And then I've been to South Panama, that was great to go to, Italy, Portugal. I mean, the list just goes on and on. The one thing about being on a small boat is the fact that you could go to so many places, and the world's it go it's just great to be on a small boat. It just takes you to a lot of places that I think is really amazing.
Do you have a favorite place you've been?
Do I have a favorite place that I've been to? I want to say maybe either the Philippines or Singapore. Probably Singapore. Singapore is a clean place. I would go there all the time if I could. I mean, it's clean. The people are nice there. Don't break the law. I mean, I think
Right.
there was a celebrity that got in trouble for yelling at somebody there or the cops. They don't play around. They don't play that West Coast stuff. So,
Right,
but
right,
I'll
right.
go there definitely.
So Singapore is definitely a space to go.
Dubai also, I would say, a lot of great places
I
like the
would
mall.
definitely think Dubai. I would definitely think Dubai. Awesome. So so you're a more culturally rounded individual than most in regard to your with the things that you experienced when you were in the Navy. Why'd you get out?
Well, I was hitting my 10-year mark. I was already a petty officer first class, which is one step away from being a chief petty officer. And because of how fast I was moving up the chain of command, I just realized either I'm going to stay in the Navy or I'm going to get out. And I just had to make a tough decision saying, how do I want my life to be? Did this the direction I want my life to go? And I realized I'm working all the time. I'm not really I was back in that high school mentality where I was living because I was doing the things that people expected me to do because it was the right political choice to make. However, I wasn't necessarily happy myself when I was at that point. It was getting super political. It was getting super stressful. There were a lot of politics, I guess you could say, on my end, because the higher up the chain of command you go, the more stress it gets to you. So at the time, I was already running my own little business that I started off with a website that I created, and I was doing some other side gigs. And I realized I may not make as much money as I am in the military, but I got to get out of here. My mentality is getting all messed up, and I just had to like do something that I want to do and be happy with my own self versus just do something because it made a lot of money or I was comfortable because I knew it really well. So
Right.
I decided, before, like in 2020, right when the pandemic was hitting, to finally get out and just pursue my own path and just
Oh,
run with
so
my own
this
business.
is so 2020 you got out of the Navy. Oh, so
June.
this is recent. Okay, so you're 3 years out. That's not too long, sir.
Mm, yeah, it has been
Oh,
3 years
okay.
out.
So how the adjustment been?
I mean, at first I was just lazy, I swear. I mean, from waking up like at 4:30 in the morning to feeling weird at waking up just at 6 was just like a weird adjustment for me. And I mean, I was enjoying it. It was a little weird because towards 2020, things were just getting crazy with the coronavirus, and
Right,
we was
right.
already working from home anyway, and it wasn't really the most proper transition out because they didn't even see me the tap class. It was more, here's this pamphlet. Good luck to you. We believe in you. If I was looking for like a job or college or anything like that, I think I would have just raised a voice at the military. But I was honestly already having a successful business on my own, so I was just like, just get me out of here. Just give me my last paycheck and I'm out. I'm good. I'll
Yeah,
survive.
okay.
I'll find a way.
Yeah, so let's talk about the successful business that you had. What was this business about? You said you had a website?
Yeah, so during my time in the military, I learned how to do some web development and build websites. So I built my own website, which is I'm a little feel a little weird to say on it, but it's a virtual friend business, a subscription business, I guess you could say, that people could rent a friend or other stuff to talk to them and just have fun and just have a companion, I guess you could say. Think of it like OnlyFans but PG-13, no nudity or X-rated stuff. And people were subscribing, especially during the time of the pandemic, where everyone stayed in the house. People were signing up to be virtual friends, and people were paying to talk to virtual friends. And I just got a commission off of all of it. So that was just a
How
nice
the
living.
Okay, so let's back up. You've created a situation where you could have people who felt lonely have a companion. Okay, what in your brain told you that there was a need for that anyway? Like what did that come from?
Well, I mean, I low key like studying psychology and just human behavior in general. So when I saw the need of lonely people, the complaints I saw on the internet with these people saying it's not worth dating no one anymore, and then I saw the rise of OnlyFans and them saying I make six figures a month. I'm like thinking, God dang, I gotta figure out a way to get a little bit of the piece of my action, but also be able to show my face to my mom still. So I
Okay, right,
decided to go,
okay.
let me make a virtual friend, maybe a virtual girlfriend where you just talk to somebody, have them motivate you, say good morning when you wake up, good
Get
night when you go to bed.
uh-huh.
And then I just went about that and just been like, t- I mean, there's always going to be a pot somewhere, no matter how big it is. I just went another route, but a little differently. You know what I'm
Yo, and
saying? So the
you've been consistent in doing that, man. Like you find the pot, you create it, and you run with it. Like you've done that for the whole time you've been here in this metaverse. Like so, like who threw an Oculus on your eyes, man?
I mean, originally when I first got my Oculus, it was meant to work out. I mean, I wasn't expecting to go in the metaverse. I mean, I heard about it here and there, but I wanted to just work out by playing tennis, some ping pong, something that just got my blood moving because I realized I was working at home. I wasn't being productive as much as I was. I swear, after that pandemic, my motivation to work out just plummeted like the stock market. I swear. So I
Okay.
was like, it's almost Christmas time. I need to give myself a gift. So I saw this Wii, or I think it's called Wii, or one of the Nintendo Switch it was, or
Right,
this
yeah.
Oculus. I'm thinking to myself, I know myself. I'm not gonna be playing Animal Crossing for a while. I'm gonna probably play it one time and give it up. But this
Yeah, Animal
Oculus caught
Crossing is
my
whack
eye.
too. That shit is whack. But go ahead.
my point exactly. And I saw this
Right.
Oculus, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know too much about this, but it's new, it's different. I might try it out. It's my little Christmas gift to myself. So I bought it,
Okay.
and then I tried it on. And I mean, I first played a couple sports games just to get myself going, but then I started seeing these other stuff like VR chat. I was first told to. I thought that was the metaverse that I heard saw a commercial about, so I went to it, and I'm thinking to myself, why are there a bunch of apples, bananas, and hot dogs running around? I mean, because when I saw the commercials, I saw how we look like right now, so I'm thinking, how do I get this body? How
Right,
do I get
right,
the
right.
body I see in my home screen? So I'm thinking to myself, I just got Catfish or something by Mark Zuckerberg. So I just say, you know what, this isn't for me. And then eventually I see something called venues and I get on
Okay.
there. And then when I'm on venues, and that's when I'm starting to see, okay, I got my body still. It's not exciting as they made it sound, but hey, at least we got a TV. There's other people here, and there was some it was a little bit fun. I mean, back in 2020 December, VR was almost, wow, you think today's the Wild Wild West, you should have seen back then. But
Mm.
while being in venues, I got introduced to saying, "Hey, if you like this, you should check out Horizon Worlds. It's such a bigger space than this." So that's when I was like, Horizon Worlds, and that's when I go, and that's when I guess you could say my life has changed, just seeing the possibilities of what's out there.
Man, and change it did. Because look here. I looked at your list of builds before you even started getting hip to escape worlds, and you had a laundry list of worlds that you created. You've always pushed the envelope since you've been in here, like in regards to what you create and challenging meta, if you will, in regards to what was appropriate and what was not appropriate. And I've watched this, and like, who did you? Was there anybody that you saw within the space before you started doing your thing that you gravitated to and was like, yo, okay, I'm gonna follow this wave and then create my own thing? Or did you just from the word go, you was on it in the build mode?
So it first started off, I didn't know where to go. I think I started off like in the plaza, and I didn't know where to go. And then I ran into Pigeon. She was actually one of the first people who I met, and she was like, "Oh, there's so much more to Horizon Worlds." So she brought me to this place called it's Krusty Land. Krusty, it's like a Simpsons the Clown world, I guess you could say.
Okay,
And
got
I
you.
saw mechanics like rides, cars I could drive, this huge space that people were just having so much fun in. And then when I found out from her that I could build my own worlds, I said, "Wow, this is fascinating." But I didn't think too much about it. I just wanted to explore and see things, and it was awesome that anyone could just create something. But I didn't really see too much of myself doing it. But it caught my attention. And then I started going to more worlds, to which I didn't really see nothing that fun. But when I went to this, one of the worlds that definitely motivated me to push myself towards building was seeing Hardy World. And I went to Hardy World. I was like, shout out to Hardy West. I know he's
Shout
busy
out
right
Hardy
now.
West. Shout him out. Shout him out.
But when I was in Hardy World, I was like, wow, this is crazy. Look at this. He got different music being played here, which is like actual like hip hop music, which shows me there's a way to put music into the platform that didn't have it. And then I saw this new coolly built stuff that I wasn't used to seeing. And then I thought to myself, wow, if he could do this, if that guy who made the Krusty the Clown World could do it, and all these other people could do it, why can't I do it? And I thought to myself, I'm working, I could do something to release some stress. So I started building my own first world called the Adult Club,
The
which
Adult
I
Club.
wanted to make a little bit of an adult environment since I didn't see any on here, and I was like, let's
And
see
see,
how
I'm
far I can
glad
push
you
the
did
limits
that.
on this.
I'm glad you did that, sir. I'm glad you ran straight into that like that, because I would love to give an idea of what you was thinking of, and where were you at, and what type of space you were in regards to creating these things. I'm gonna run down a list of some of these words that you've already created, and I'm just curious to know, like you said that there wasn't a space in here for an adult type club. All right, so I would love to know, just naming a few. Like, where were you at in your frame of mind and thinking, and why did you feel that this particular thing was needed for this space? So I'm just naming a couple of them as well. All right, so okay, so the adult club. So go ahead.
Oh man, I mean, I just wanted something a fun adult environment. I wanted something for the nighttime, something that you didn't get to see too much, pushing the envelope. I mean, we're not gonna make a full-on dungeon, but I wanted something a little spicy for the
Damn
platform.
near
So,
close. Damn near
right,
close.
I was like, let's make this rippo here. Let's do this pool here. Let's make
Yo,
it red and
one of
exotic
the
looking.
first, one of the first people in here to push the narrative and say, I'm gonna do the strip club thing or a strip pole. You would everybody. Mike got a strip club. He got a strip pole. He got a strip pole. Everybody, where? I'm running around. I'm world hopping. We looking for the strip pole. I think that's the first time I've ever seen somebody have it go all the way around and all this other stuff like that. So yeah, definitely innovative and definitely ahead of your time. All right, so here we go. Mike's Karaoke Club.
Oh yeah, that was after I did my adult club. I was like, all right, this is cool, this is great. And then I started thinking back at this. I was thinking about what else hasn't been introduced on this platform yet. What hasn't been done exactly? So I'm thinking to myself, karaoke. I remember spending a night just doing karaoke, and I'm thinking to myself, why don't we have karaoke here? So I started building that club just to see where it would take me to. And eventually I started really understanding the limitations of Horizon at the time. I'm thinking to myself, I am not going to be typing out all these song lyrics. I'm not going to like. I knew how to put music into Horizon after studying a lot of videos. I used to watch day and night just to understand how to script
Shout out legs.
basic
Shout out
stuff.
legs.
Shout out legs. I swear I would not be where I was at if not for that guy. I
Word.
thought he was like a celebrity of some sort that I would never meet when I got on this
Man,
platform. But
definitely an
yeah,
icon in this space, man. Shout out
right.
legs, man. Yeah. So
But yeah,
okay,
that was
so
the
Mike's
karaoke.
Karaoke Club, got you. Now you got Cards Against Virtual Reality. What was that about?
That was pushing myself to the limits again. I think I went a little bit too far in that one though. I wanted to make a card game, but one that could work. And I spent like I think 2 weeks just trying to figure that scripting out. And I was like, I had to tap out of that one thinking my knowledge is not there yet. I made it work to the best of my abilities. And again, it was just I didn't see card games on here, so I wanted to make a card game. And I don't play too many card games. So the first one I could think of was one that I like to play, especially with my friends, Cards Against Humanity. So I made that
Right.
just to see if I could push myself to make something like that in Horizon.
Got you. Okay. So Empire Studio.
Oh my god!
Okay, hold it
So
back up. Let's talk about Empire Studio. Yo, I remember when people started making studios. Yeah, studios was the big thing. Man, like I said, like you always been like you had a extra step on you, man. Like everybody had their own little studio, but then you created this Empire joint, and it was like a damn near replica of the show a little bit. I was like, yo, he really did like channel this inner Empire show and create this world out in here. I'm like, yo, do y'all see this? Like, so was that the theme of that? Is that where you got most of the idea from?
that was my biggest motivation. One was just replicating that show and just bring it into the metaverse because I'm a big Empire fan and I just wanted to do it. And two, I wanted to test my scripting abilities by making a DJ booth. I wanted to make
Yes.
something that would be like, yes, I wanted two studios in one studio. And I thought to myself, wow, that'll be a new challenge to do. So that's what I did. I made one for R&B music and one just for rap music. And I wanted to put both aspect into one space just to have people have fun with that.
And so you can just name it off the things that you've done since you've been on. I mean, like Mike's After Party, yo. Let me tell you something. Mike's After Party was one of the spots to be at. Do you hear me? Like, yo, when that came out, I'm like, yeah. I'm looking around. I'm like, look at this. One of the first time I saw a DJ, uh, you've always created these themes. Like always created these themes. It was like a big frat party in there every single time I get in there. Like, how did you gravitate around people like that and become such a welcoming personality to where people gravitated and helped you out? And I mean, you were packing out your spots before people knew about capacity and all that other stuff.
I mean, I'm always trying to push myself to the limits. I mean, I see something that, like, an idea in my head that interests me, and I just want to see how far I could go. I realized I didn't have a house, and I wanted to build my own house, but I know just making a house alone wasn't going to just attract people to it. So I wanted to add some party aspects to it, and I figure what happens after a club? It's usually after parties. Were the main thing I used to hear back when I used to go out in downtown. After party this, after party that, after party this. I'm thinking to myself, why don't I just say it's Mike's after party? Since I know how to put music in the world, I know how to make a house, I know how to put these games in here, I know how to make an interactive environment. I could put my little dominoes things in there for people to play with that I took from the karaoke club, and I just let it live on its own, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And you had, and all these places are rocking. You got what? The Supreme Court bill Law and Order type thing you got, the interrogation thing you got popping. Uh, Meta gym that I know I've already said that probably 50 daggone times. Then you got the meta chef cooking competition thing. Like it's just word after word after word after word after word. How do you give all these words all your equal amount of energy?
I don't know. I think when I got on this platform, one of the biggest things I wanted to do was teach myself how to not just because I knew when I saw the potential of this platform, I knew the most important thing I had to do was learn how to build, but most importantly, know the script because I knew a world can't be alive unless you know the script. So I first taught myself how to build fast, and that was one of my biggest concerns. But I knew building fast wasn't just good enough. I had to learn how to build my worlds in a certain way or and with certain scripts and just push it from there. And plus, I have so many ideas that I just in my head, I just had to keep making worlds because I think I have 1,000 ideas because I love to write books. I love to write stories. I mean, I wrote books, comic books, novels. I mean, if it's anything literary, I've probably done it already. So I'm just
Wow.
channeling that inner creativity into Horizon now, where I mean, heck, when I first got out of the military, I started like, dang, 10 businesses, I want to say. I built 10 websites trying to do a multi-income stream situation there. Do not do that, by the way. That would drain you. You would not have a life. You would just hate life. And then you would just question your decisions. Just stick with one or two and just build from there. It's
Word.
hard to run several businesses like that unless you pay people to run it for you.
Right, right. So, okay, as y'all know, you got the boxes right here. If y'all feel like you guys have a question or you want to comment or anything like that, feel free to sit on the boxes and things like that. Now, we haven't even gotten to the escape worlds yet. That's just shows how much this man has been in this space uh doing things. Like I said before, you've made collaborations before it was cool to collaborate with people, like with the Medicare situation, the Medicare bill that you guys like a what? Would you say that's like a hospital type situation that you created
Oh
before
yeah.
it was even doing that? And
Yeah.
so you had a whole medical team, if you will, and things like that. I mean, so you've been collaborating with people and things like that before. People like you were working with people before it was even cool to, you know what I'm saying, to work with people and things like that. So how did you find it so comfortable? Well, how did you even find the people to collaborate with to say that okay, I could trust these people, you know what I'm saying, to work with and things like that so early?
I feel like me trusting people is one of my greatest strengths, but also one of my greatest weaknesses, or I guess my
Mm,
naivety sometimes. But usually, when it comes to like Medicare, I was like, I need some good nurses. And usually, people come to me, they say they love my world, and I was like, all right, this is good. Let me reach out to people on social media and be like, if there's anyone with a medical background, I'd like to participate and be a member of this world to help me build it up and run it. Reach out to me, and you'd be surprised how many people will reach out to you just from just simply advertising or offering a position of that magnitude. The same thing worked for MetaShelf, where I've got people with cooking backgrounds and say, if you like cooking, if you're a chef, if you have any type of culinary experience or passion, just reach out to me and I got you. I'll make you a chef. What was it? um, um we call it, I haven't think of it, but I'll put you in charge of Meta Chef and I'll have you go from there. And
right,
it was just kind of the same thing for Meta Hollywood. I got a lot of people that used to act, who love acting, who likes to do role playing, who likes to just act out stuff. I was like, let's do some stuff. And I wanted to record, I do some recording, have fun. I mean, back then the metaverse was just super fun and just releasing your creativity and sharing that with other people that had that same passion. I have so much laughs just from role playing with other people and just pretending to be like you caught someone cheating, reenact this scene and do what you gotta do, or you are just this person that found out the baby's not yours. How are you gonna respond in this scene? Or I need you to judge these five people who love to cook and judge who has the best meal and just act like you're Ramsey Gordon or Gordon Ramsay. It was just in releasing our inner kids that we don't really get to do too much in our real lives.
right, definitely. I mean, you've touched everything here, man. Promotion. You had a promotion team. You was doing promotions before people even knew what it was about here in Horizon World. Shoot, what else have you done up in here? I mean, you've done a multitude of things, even helping people, helping other people, creating those flyers and things like that. Yo, how to make money selling assets, how to make money putting bots in your world, how to make money doing this, how many, like, you've always been very, 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 very forthcoming with the information and things like that, where so many others have felt the need to hold back. What made you what made you decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna give this information out instead of holding it to myself?
I mean, the knowledge is going to be out there anyway. And as someone that's either done it or I've seen it done, just from a background perspective, I'm like thinking to myself, this is easy. Anyone could do it. It's the action that matters the most. People can know what to do, but action is what keeps 90% of people from not doing it at all. You could tell
Mm.
someone how to build a house, but not most people are going to do it in general. Or you could tell people how to lose weight, how to get healthier, how to do whatever. But it's the action that takes the same piece. And unfortunately, that's the same for business as well. You could tell people 1,000 ways on how to make a business successful or what to do to open a business, how to do this or that. But they're the one that's going to be in charge of doing themselves. And unfortunately, and I know, understand life gets in the way, things become stressful, you become distracted. But I'm just putting the information out there. It's up to people to react on it. And unfortunately, 80 to 90% of people don't even act on it in the first place. So for that 10 to 20% of people, I always want to reach out to them because it's, I don't know, just one of the things where you give out, you get back in return.
Man, shit, I was paying attention. I'm like, look at this dude. And like, yo, okay, you were you were setting prices at a standard. I mean, shoot, you didn't budge. You didn't adjust things, nothing like that. Like, you were very firm in who you were. Like you trusted your abilities and you trusted your skill sets to say, okay, I'm gonna set this standard price, and you either accept it or not. Like, you were always that what's the word I'm looking for? Like a front runner for that, and things like that, especially in regard to this metaverse. So definitely, man. So let's talk about these escape worlds. How many escape worlds you got now, man?
Oh man, if you asked me yesterday, I would have known. I got asked that question, like I didn't even know. So I counted and it was 21. I was like, God dang, I did 21 escape rooms since like March of this year. Yeah, March or
Okay, now
April.
escape rooms. For those who might not know who or have not yet ventured to these spaces, please explain to the crowd what an escape room is and what it consists of, and what's the Rubik's cube, if you will, behind these escape rooms.
Yeah. So an escape room, for anyone wondering, is a world or an environment where you're put in a trap situation and you're given a series of complex puzzles to figure out in order to escape from it. And that's the baseline for all escape rooms. Figuring out a series of puzzles that come together and get you out. But there's also a lot of micro elements that goes to it too. But that's like the basics of it for the most part.
The basic. I don't venture to these escape rooms because my brain just doesn't allow me to sit there and figure things like that out too long without me trying to break shit. I mean, stuff. So yeah, I don't really do that. So confetti for those who do go to these escape rooms. Okay, Lady Hawk, come. Oh, what? Well, damn. Well, all right. Y'all want to talk about them? Anybody care to speak on the escape rooms and how difficult they are, or time consuming, or what makes you go to them? Anybody? I mean, we got all these. Don't let me start picking y'all out, man. Don't let me start pointing at y'all. Don't
What
go into the coin now. Lady Hawk, come on up, ma'am. What brings you to the escape room? First of all, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you showing love and support. Thank you for showing up to Ask the Q Speak Your Truth. Now you are an advocate of the escape room. So what lures you to these escape rooms, ma'am?
Well, first time I tried an escape room, I went like 5 times, never got past or out of the first room, and I was frustrated. And so I took, and a lady came in and helped me figure out how to play them. And so once I started learning how to play them, I saw other people in the same situation, and that's when I started coaching and got with Michael, and it's been awesome. I love them.
So it's the personal challenge of
Mhm.
getting out of the room that keeps you guys coming back. Is that what it is? Or to try to reaffirm to yourself that you ain't crazy and you ain't slow and you are that smart? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a fun challenge, but I just didn't know where to start.
Got you. Hey, I get it. I get it. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. So, okay. So what's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite?
Locked up.
Locked up. Which
Mhm.
one is that? Which series is that, sir? What series? Point
So it's
nine?
actually the first episode. I don't know what series it is, but it's the first episode of that and Escape the Police. So you're trapped in a jail cell, wrongly convicted, and your goal is to use the hour that you're given to escape out of there while the cops are having a celebration outside. And your goal
Huh.
is to escape the prison, and it's before and again the escape car before then.
Got you. Got you. Well, thank you, Miss Lady Hawk. I appreciate you coming
You're
through.
welcome. Thank you. And I thank Michael. He's a great boss.
Definitely. Definitely.
Lady Hawk is one of my escape room coaches, and she's phenomenal. She's actually the
Oh,
first
okay. Yeah,
one
no,
that
no,
I
no, no,
had
no, no,
on
no, no,
here.
no. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Say this again. Say this again. Because I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to listen. This man is, huh? What you doing? She who?
Lady Hawk is one of my finest escape room coaches, and she's actually the first one that I recruited, and she's just been a blast, an amazing aspect of the escape room team of just
Oh, thank you.
motivating people, helping people get through escape rooms, inviting new people to escape rooms to understand the experience of it, and just really welcoming the escape room community that we built for the last several months.
This man got escape room coaches.
Yes.
So you, yo, and then he's actually, I'm some type of work related situation happening here. So he's employing people as well. You know what I'm saying? In addition to everything else he's doing. So, like you said, he's a good boss, Lady Hawk.
He's an awesome boss. I let him
Awesome.
think
Well,
he's
there you
boss. He's
go.
great.
Well,
I
she's
mean,
confirmed it.
she's
She's
amazing.
confirmed it. I appreciate you,
she's
ma'am.
being really modest. I
Thank you.
swear.
Katie, are you on
What
mute?
up?
Oh, there
Nope.
she go. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? How you doing, ma'am?
Oh, I'm well. How are you?
Oh, no complaints. No complaints. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you showing the support and
My
love.
wow. You all right?
Oh.
Good. Okay. Got the close up and all.
Yeah, we gotta make sure y'all got the camera right. We got the camera right. Drew good. So what's
Anyway,
happening, ma'am? What's up with these escape worlds?
I love your escape rooms. I have never played any escape room like yours. Yours are hands down amazing. I look forward to when you put new ones out. Like I'm really stuck on the Toy Story one right now, or the Toy Store one. I'm stuck on that one, so you can kiss my butt. But I will beat it. Yeah, I've played every single one of them and I love them. It's a good thrill. It's a good brain, stimulator. Like awesome job. Love it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Katie.
So, so where's your motivation come? Where do these ideas come from in regard to these escape rooms and how you have these themes coming up so fast? How do you create these things like this? What is your brain doing that everybody else's isn't?
I mean, I just have an active imagination. I mean, I wrote novels, like I said, as a kid. I wrote mangas. I did comic books. So just releasing all that creativity out into the public is just kind of like the key to it. Plus, like after teaching myself how to build and script fast simultaneously, it's just become like a process at this point. But I think my biggest help has also been my escape room community, where now I have a dozen ideas, but I don't know which one to go with. So I usually consult with my community just to figure out with a poll to say what escape rooms would you like me to do next. And usually it's hard for me to decide one out of the other, so that's why I've been sometimes just publishing 2 escape rooms simultaneously these days, because it's hard to, I mean, I have so many ideas, it's hard to pick one, so I usually just do 2 at these days.
When do you sleep?
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. Like I said, it takes about 8, depending on how complex the world is, it takes about 7 days to build a world. If you spend like 4 or 8 hours, depending on how you do it, and you gotta do you write it on paper and what you plan to do, the puzzles you plan to do, the outline of the world, and then you build it and you just combine all the pieces together, and then you just script it, do the storyline and all the audio, the recording, the music uploads. It's a process, but I think I've made a formula on how I do it, on why it could be a little bit faster than usual. But yeah, I gotta take a week off after I build a world or two because I mean, my brother be getting tired. I'll be burned out if it's one of those military days if I built worlds every day. I mean,
Right. Yeah. So I mean, so you've made money within Horizon World, yes. I'm almost
yeah,
positive you within the
made,
monetizing
made a couple bucks.
yeah. So you what is there anything within this experience that has like is there anything that you weren't prepared for or something that just threw you off for a minute and it had you had to regroup and come back to it? Is there anything that challenged you that much here?
You mean like in my experience in the metaverse?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any experiences that I've questioned myself or that? I
Or just
mean, I think
like threw you off your rock or you wasn't prepared for something that just wowed you a little bit. Because you don't seem like the type of person to 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 be wild, like to like you seem very calculated in certain things that you do, or you make sure that you're prepared for certain situations so you don't get that aha moment, if you will. So is there anything within this Horizon World experience that you were like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that?
oh, I mean, Edit 2.0 is probably one of my biggest recently. But other than that, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think nobody was prepared for that one.
coming from a person with military experience, I think you can understand how you have
Yes.
to learn how to move in a chaotic environment. So I think after
Yes.
10 years of going through constant needs of having to prepare for this situation or that situation, I think I just slowly or accidentally migrated that into my actual life to where I kind of move with the flow of how the environment's going, but in my own way, if you get what I mean.
Oh, 100%. I get it 100%. With that being said, how far are we taking this escape room situation? How what is there a ceiling to this? Is there a end goal here?
I have some end goals, all right, but it's not going to be involved with this app, all right. I mean, I have some ideas that I want to do outside the app that's going to be involved escape rooms in the VR community, but that's
Yeah,
going to take some time and money. So until then,
got you.
I'm having fun just building my escape room universe and just bringing more people into the platform who love escape rooms and just allow them to embrace that community on here.
Well, that was definitely gonna be my next question. I'm sure there are different realms and things like that, different platforms that you specifically can utilize your talents for and things like that. So you do plan on venturing out outside of Horizon World and jumping on a different platforms. Like, are you considering Apple and things like that once these headsets come out?
I'm always open to consideration or other paths if the opportunity presents itself and it's compelling enough. But I'm also been someone that likes to pave my own pathway when it comes to something different. Like in the
Mm,
App Store, there's a lack of escape rooms on there itself already. There's a lack of certain niches being met. It's niches that could possibly be met if I could either me or a team could possibly fulfill and take up the market itself. Yeah, Horizon's great, and I love Horizon for what we could do on here. But there's also about a million people with headsets that look at the App Store daily, that download apps, and I'm just thinking towards that regards in the future while we're building up this platform now.
definitely, definitely. So within this space here, um how would you like to be seen? Like, I mean, I'm sure you don't give a damn how people view you or whatever have you, but is there a certain perception you think people should have about who Michael Gregory II is?
I mean, I like to hide in the shadow, like chameleon, low key. I don't really care what people know if I'm successful or how big I am or how small I am. I just like to do my own little thing in the shadows, work from there, and just keep out of the spotlight. Because I've learned if you're in the spotlight, it just brings a lot of unnecessary tension, drama, unnecessary escalation, accusations, and haters or people that accuse you of things. I learned just to keep to myself a lot these days, or keep to my very small niche of people that I used to just keep with, because it's, I don't know, like I said, I'm introverted. I like to spare my energy to the people close in my life, and I like to keep to myself often. So I like that people don't really, how can I best say it? I like it when people don't really know who I am on interest base, if that makes sense. I like to kind of just be left unknown. I don't really care if people get in my business because I'm doing good. Everything's fine. I don't really need to be in the spotlight, nor do I desire to be. So I'm
Right.
really happy that you succeed, but also stay hidden in the background.
Definitely. It's definitely something that's capable of happening. You definitely can still be a bright light in the shadows. Definitely. Definitely. I love it. I love it. Um, are there any collaborations that you haven't had yet within this space that you're looking forward to or trying to create? You want to shout it out real quick? Anybody you looking to work with?
That I want to work with. Like I think it takes a lot to work with someone. Like I don't think I've necessarily collaborated on a world that I with other people yet, but as the space gets bigger and bigger and things become more advanced when they introduce stuff like Blender and Unity and try meshing the platform, I feel like I might have to reach out to other people before I teach myself how to do it. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard for a brother to work out here with other people when you're an introvert and do like
I
to do things your own way.
I
I'm
I, I,
very
de- I get it.
dictatorish.
I
I,
get
I
it.
like I like it my way when I do my world. So it's hard to imagine adding someone else on top of that. I mean, ask Vixen.
Right.
Give me 100 recommendations. I'll probably take 3 of them.
I think collaborations in that regard is I think one of the things that you the only things you haven't yet touched in regards to this whole experience because you've given out information freely and things like that. So do you provide services within this space that people should know about if they're looking for them or anything like that in particular?
I
You
used
still do the
to.
DJ thing?
I used to, but I kind of just cut all that stuff out. I kind of just focus on building worlds these days. I
Okay.
had one client, but she kind of just vanished weirdly enough. Even though even though I had the money and I have a world, but she never once I guess she just quit Horizon, so she never went the world. I was like thinking, oh geez, but that's the last client I had so far. But other than that, I don't really go that route anymore. I just kind of just stick to myself, build my worlds, focus on my community and just my day to day life, like my personal business and just personal life stuff.
Personal life stuff. Are kids involved with that? You got any kids?
Nah, I'm not. I don't have any kids.
You plan on having any?
You never know. The future's out there in this economy, though. I'd be questioning myself sometimes.
Man, look, I'm with you on that. Hey, I'm with you on that. Hey, somebody thinking. Well, that's what's up. Hey, um, for those who may have questions on how to build script, uh do anything that you are phenomenal at within the space, let people know how to contact you if you even want them to contact you, because like I said, you say you're an introvert, you might not want to be bothered, but if you would like, you know what I'm saying, to extend yourself to people, is there any a handle that you have or any way that people can contact you?
Um, I mean, they have to, if they want to. I have Instagram, which is pretty much my username with a VR at the end of it. So I'm always good for that. But just to give a word of advice when it comes to building and scripting and stuff like that, I always say just build in your lane and just make it the best version you can and try to learn something new from it. Every escape room that I've built, I've had the mindset of learning something new along the way or trying something I haven't. And back when I first started building escape rooms, there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about. I mean, I'm honestly surprised I managed to make escape rooms with the knowledge I had back then compared to what I had now. But just start off with the basics that you know, and just gradually don't feel discouraged to go from there. Just do the best job that you can with the skills that you have now, and just be very imaginative on how to make it work the best way you can.
Mm. Do you have a hardest uh escape room right now, or
Hard.
easiest? Is there such thing?
Man, I made this escape room called Escape the Cabin and Escape Mr. Chuckles, and I thought those were supposed to be easy. Apparently, they're like the hardest ones. So I guess if I had to recommend a hard one, it'd be one of those. Mr. Chuckles, I guess, is harder than I expected to be. So I would say that's probably the hardest currently.
Wow. I'm gonna check it out one time. I'm gonna go to one of these escape rooms one time and check it out. I've been to all the other worlds, man. I've watched you since you've been. I've definitely watched you since you've been a part of this um Horizon World space. Watch how you um um what's how can I say this? How have you set yourself to be a loner but still a person of the community, and that's dope to be able to do, to be able to dip in and dip out. You know what I'm saying? As you please and on your own accord and things like that. A lot of people don't have that luxury. A lot of people either have to be here or they lose ground, and you don't never seem to do that. Um, despite how much time you spend physically within this space, you still don't seem to lose ground in regards to having your pulse on um what's popping in here within Horizon World. So I would personally want to say thank you, because you've made my experience within Horizon World a lot more enjoyable based on the things that you've created. Even though you don't talk, I've seen you float around this space enough to know that you are a person that loves information and loves pushing the envelope. I've seen you in Ask the Q Speak Your Truth when certain people and certain guests are in here, and I see and I watch you listen and things like that. And I've also seen things that we've talked about within Ask the Q Speak Your Truth, and you've made the transitions already within the things that you've already done for yourself. So I know you're listening, I know you're watching and things like that. So that makes me feel good to know that the content that we're creating within this space is being able to be utilized the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? For all the creators and everybody that are within Horizon World. So man, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you finally breaking the ice and being a part of the show, man. Thank you, and I had a blast having this conversation with you, and I hope a lot of other people have a different perspective of who you are as a person and gain a little bit of knowledge. So yeah, I think that was definitely needed. So again, thank you, my guy. Appreciate
It's a pleasure
you.
being on the show, and thanks for inviting me.
Oh man, anytime, man, anytime. Um, anybody has anything before we get out of here? Before we close this thing up and say bye, and maybe we we'll go hit up the loft or something like that before we get up out of, what? Well, cool. Well, that's it, man. Hey, again, I want to say thank you guys for coming through and showing love and showing support. Again, Michael Gregory II has been a part of this experience, and definitely has been a huge contributor in Horizon World in so many different ways. He's been on the forefront of creating a lane and being the first to do a lot of things as well as a lot of other people within this space. But he's definitely set the tone in a lot of ways since he's been a part of this space as well, and gave us a baseline, if you will, to utilize and create balance within when a lot of us had questions when we first got here. So thank you, man, for being a beacon of light when we needed one. Appreciate you again for being a part of this Horizon World experience. I think we all right with that. MF, we good? You want to run up here or some shit?
Yeah, I'll run up here real quick. Listen, Mike, you're just amazing at what you're doing, and just continue doing what you're doing. We've known each other for a while, and every time we've been in each other's presence, you have done nothing but bring a light or some type of uh, um, experience and to draw people together, and we thank you for that. Listen, everybody, be safe in those meta streets and be kind.
Hold on, Drew.
Florida, we're praying for you guys.
Hold on. Hey, Drew, catch this. Can you catch this?
No, he can't catch it. He can't catch it. He
he
can't
can't?
catch it, bro.
Dang.
It's not there. But
You
let
don't
me
got
tell you
size
something. We
yet.
selling swag though. We gonna sell some swag. We gonna sell some swag. We
Yo,
selling
wait,
Obama
wait.
swag when it come
Yo,
out. I
Mike,
swear.
man. Hey, Michael Gregory, man. Thanks again, bro, for being a part of the experience, man. Thank everybody else for coming through, showing love. Again, like the man said, be safe in these meta streets, man. Be safe. Drew, love you, bro. Be safe. We
Peace,
out.
Drew.
Where we going? Hey, Mike, pick
Take a
one,
picture,
man.
yeah.
Pick Jay-Z, pick Malcolm X. Which one we doing, bro?
Mhm. Wait, man. Oh, crap. I
Do
lost
Jay-Z
track.
or Malcolm X? Which one you want to do?
I do Malcolm X.
All
Let's
right.
get it. Let's get it. Everybody, let's do Malcolm, y'all. Let's go. I guess the goal is to get the.
Oh, now, see, you can't post this one.
Huh?
You can't
Oh,
post
shit.
it.
Well, I ain't gonna post it yet. I'm gonna wait.
Right, you can wait. You can wait to post this one.
This is crap, yo. This is crazy.
Hey, guys,
Everybody right
let's
there,
come in a
too.
little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, we here. We good. Everybody can be
Yeah.
seen. And look at the loner in the back.
Right?
Everybody can see. Everybody can see. Everybody can see. We all right. Everybody around.
We good. We good.
All right, on 3. 1, 2. One more. Let me get this.